So in today's video, we'll learn about how internet works from a bird's eye view. But before we get into the technical details, let me tell you a short story. The time is 1980s and a young lady named Tara from Dallas is looking to buy some books from Baja's bookstore located in Atlanta. So she lists down the name of books that she wants in a piece of paper, goes over the address book to find Baja's address, writes both the from and to addresses on the envelope, and then posts it along with some money. Baja is pretty happy to see that people from all over the country are contacting him to buy his books. He gets the mail from Tara, packages all the needed books she wants in a box, writes down the addresses on top, and sends it back to her. Wait, wasn't this video supposed to be about how internet works? And here we are talking about some dumb story of postal system in 1980s? Well, let me explain to you how this postal system and the internet are so similar. In this story, we saw that Tara sent out the book list to Baja, and then in return Baja sent the package back to her. Well, this is the same when we visit a website through a browser. Browser sends a request to the server and it gets back the web page in response. And if you remember, we also talked about Tara looking at the address book to find out Baja's address. In this context, this is done by something called as DNS. Just how address book takes in the name of the person and gives out its address, DNS takes in website name and spells out the IP address of the corresponding server. Now what is this IP address? Well, IP address is a unique ID that identifies any device on the internet, which is very similar to your house address. Just how your house is identified uniquely, your computer is also uniquely identified through an IP. So if we see the whole analogy between the postal system and the internet, we can draw many similarities, like the request from the client and the response from the server, IP address and our home address, DNS and the address book, and so on. I know we can find more interesting ones, but I would say that's a wrap for this video. Hope you understood the basics of how internet works, and until then, I'll see you in the next one.